Hi, y'all. This is Carrie Stevens from the University of Texas at Austin. You know, I'm happy to be here with you today. I'm giving a talk at the Natural Hazards Workshop, and I have recorded this as a supplement to that. It's where I teach you a strategy called photo-elicitation interviewing. So let me get started, and I'm going to share my screen with you and share a few slides. So this is actually data from my project that I did on Hurricane Harvey, and that was the first time that our team used photo-elicitation interviewing. So pictures have amazing power. When you can look at the devastation that floods can do, you can see that really quickly. You know, let's take a look at what the dirty water looked like up close. And this was actually taken by some of the participants in my study who gave me permission to use these images because they really show what they were having to walk through during this devastating flood. This is another picture that was shared with me from some of my participants, because one of the neatest things that can happen when you use this strategy is that people can relive their experiences, sometimes in a very positive way, and sometimes your experiences, there's a lot of tears that are involved. But I've found that a lot of times pictures evoke very cathartic kind of emotions, and it can be a very positive experience for everyone. Now, if you're conducting semi-structured interviews, this is where I see this technique working great, especially whenever you ask people things like, tell me your story of being rescued. Now, specifically, photo-elicitation interviewing really is just a field-based interview strategy where what you do is you ask people to, what we did is we pulled up their mobile phones, mobile devices that they had, and asked us to tell their rescue story through the pictures that they had on their phone. And so what happens is this serves as a memory aid, and it really helps people, you know, as they look at the pictures, they'll go, oh, I forgot. This is what we did next. And so it can even help them sequence their stories much better. So let's practice. One of the things that while we're socially distancing is a challenge is I don't usually have my students that I can bug to help me demonstrate things. So today you're going to meet my daughter, Sarah K. Stevens, and all I've told her is that in general, I'm going to ask her about social distancing. And so she's going to join me, and I'm going to show you how you can actually make this strategy work. So come on, Sarah. Okay, so Sarah K., what I would like for you to do is I would like for you to pull up your phone and find an image that really does depict what social distancing is to you. And one of the things you'll notice is that when you ask people to pull out their phones, it will take them a few minutes. And what our team did is we did things like we had rechargers available to make sure they had plenty of power. We also had a hotspot available so that they wouldn't have to use their data plans if, you know, whenever they were engaged in this photo-elicitation interviewing technique. So have you found me one?
I do.
Okay. So scoot up here a little bit more and share with us let me share that picture with people so they can see what I'm seeing. Ah, interesting. Okay. So this is what she pulled up on her phone. Okay. Now she's going to next talk me through, and I'm going to say, so tell me, how does this depict social distancing to you?
So, really the only people that I've been able to hang out with are my cats. And so I think that just, it's more about like the directionality of the lighting in this photo that's kind of spoke to me. And it's about this like singular experience that this one cat is having on the yoga mat. And he is alone, but there are other cats that he can hang out with. He just has to hang out with them a little bit further away than usual.
That's great. That's great. Do you have another picture on your phone that depicts social distancing?
Harder than I thought. Okay, here you go.
Okay, so she has another picture, and I'll show you what that one is. She pulled this picture up right here that she says depicts social distancing. So tell me some about why you chose this picture.
So I chose this picture mainly because of the experience that I had going to this place, and it's just about being alone in nature as opposed to where I usually spend time in the city. And so I think social distancing has become this just kind of changing our natural environments and how we interact with the space around us. And so it's become more focused on the outside that you can have as opposed to interior experiences where we're having more issues of the cases spreading.
Cool. Well, thank you so much, Sarah Kay. I appreciate it. I'm going to wrap up and share with them a few more tips, and I'll let you get on to your morning, and maybe you can make me a cup of coffee, please. She's a great daughter. One of the things that you'll notice about this, and let me just share with you a couple of things that we did. We worked very closely with our community partners to get agreement to be able to interview people. And we also found private spaces that we could conduct these interviews. That can be really challenging when you're in the field, but it's something that is important to give people their privacy. I already talked about hotspots and power cords. And the other thing that our team did is we had dedicated devices that were only for our project. So when I would ask them to screenshot those images and send them to me, they would come directly to our project phone and not our personal mobile phones. A few things to consider. You noticed it takes participants a little while to look through their social media feeds on their mobile devices. And now what I found happened with Hurricane Harvey and rescue stories is that once they found one picture, they tended to talk about every single picture in the sequence, okay? And the other thing is that participation will really vary. You'll have some participants who will give you one image and talk a whole lot about that one image. You'll have other people that will literally open up albums that they have stored in social media and say, what images are interesting to you? You can have any of these, and you'll have to really make decisions on the spot with how you're going to pull out the right kind of information that you want for your particular study. A few other things: be prepared to coach your participants on how to take screenshots, to send you images, and also to share things privately. We actually had business cards, and we just stuck stickers on the back of our business cards that had the direct phone number of our mobile phones so that they could send things to us directly. The other thing to keep in mind is that the mental health of both your participants and you as researchers are really important in this. We always carried tissues with us. Stories evoke a lot of strong emotions. We tried to be as empathetic as we could. We tried to take our time with people. And then we always debriefed as a field team, sometimes in some pretty crazy ways. So I'm going to wrap up now and say thank you. I do have a picture here at the end to show you some of the ways that our team would debrief at the end of a day of hearing rescue stories. Any of you heard of the Rainforest Cafe? Well, this is Cha-Cha, and 2 members of my team and I went to the Rainforest Cafe one night and just acted like silly kids. And so I think it's really important to think outside the box when you are doing this type of work, because sometimes you're going to need to take care of yourselves and take care of others. Well, I hope I've given you a glimpse into an idea, this photo elicitation interviewing technique today, and I wish you the absolute best. Take care.